For me. Hey everybody, welcome back to yoga here at the Sika Senior Activity Center. We're going to get started with alignment, awareness, and our breath as we create calmness and peace. So that's a lot there, but we'll go ahead and start. Welcome and namaste. Thank you, Kathy, Jerry, Carrie, kind of rhyme in there, and Connie and Richard for coming today, and those of us that join online. So make sure that we're in a seat that is comfortable, that is stable. I'm more towards the front of my chair. My chair does have a back and stuff, so I don't want to relax back. I'm gonna stay forward. My glute bones are grounded. My feet are grounded. My knees are hip width distance apart, and then right below my knees stack are my ankles. My feet, my toes are pointing forward. I'm nice and grounded. Let's go ahead and bring one hand to the low abs, one hand to the center of the chest. Let's first start off with drawing the shoulders all the way up to the ears as we inhale, squeezing tight. And exhale, just relax them down and back. Let's go ahead and do this a couple more times. Inhale, squeeze all the way up, contracting. And exhale, relaxing. Last one. Inhale and exhale. All right, if we were breathing through the mouth for that, we're going to start to zip the lips and bring the breath in and out the nose. We want to find our alignment. I talked about our legs, our knees. So now our hip points are pulling in towards your navel space. The navel pulls back. You're lifting up so that the heart is gently lifted. But if you feel those rib cage edges flaring out, you want to knit them in, tuck them in, and move them, drawing in towards the navel that is pulling back and up. From there, you're letting those shoulders roll back, elbows relax, tilt the chin slightly down, lengthening the back of the neck, and having the crown be the toppest point that reaches up towards the ceiling or the sky. So from there, you're just going to soften the eyes. Come back to breath, come back to center of the body. Allow the breath to expand throughout the torso, finding that 360-degree expansion, and the exhale relaxing back in towards center. So you feel a gentle inhale, expanding all the way around the body, and a gentle exhale, relaxing back to center. Now, as we breathe this way, we're going to bring in our silent mantra or Sankalpa. I anchor into my breath, creating calmness and peace. I anchor into my breath, creating calmness and peace. I anchor into my breath, creating calmness and peace. As we anchor into the breath, anchoring all the way down to our root chakra. This is the base of the spine or between the pubis bone and the tailbone. You're looking to anchor your glute bones down as you lengthen through the spine. Anchoring into our breath, finding awareness within our breath as we ask how we feel from the inside. Is there any pain, any discomfort, or possibly even blockages or blocked energy? So you're looking throughout the practice just to get in touch with how you feel, what's going on, using that breath of awareness with our alignment. Let's go ahead and release that. I'm going to scoot further back. And as we come all the way back, now you can see that I have all those stacking joints. I'm still towards the front, but not tipping out. So make sure you're nice and stable. Let's inhale, bring those arms all the way up, stretching up, and exhale, just release. So we're lengthening through the side body, we're drawing the abs in, we're lengthening through the arms. You can bring the shrugging shoulders up as you extend through your fingers. Exhale, releasing again. Start to press down through the soles of the feet, activating the legs as we do this. Inhale, lifting up, feeling the torso spread apart at our midsection. Exhale, releasing. Let's do it again. Inhale, reach it up. Stretching up, and this time exhale, soften the shoulders, soften the elbows. Now you can keep the gazing straight forward at that neutral zone, or you can inhale and reach up through one side, really reaching up. And then the exhale, you're softening again. You can look forward. The next inhale again, you're reaching up through that side of the body, and exhale, finding that softening. You can move with your own breath. We're going to do it one more time each side. And last one. And as we exhale, we're going to stay with the top of the head behind now the head. So I'm interlacing my fingers. If this doesn't work for you to do this interlacing, simply stack. You can do the same thing where you bring it back behind the head. And as you do, let's press the back of the head right into those palms. Let the elbows be open, let the shoulders be relaxed. Start to draw the navel in, especially if you feel a hinge or a moving inward of the mid and low back. So drawing the navel space in. Now let's exhale, only hinging at the neck, chin into chest. Let the elbows come forward and down. Continue to relax the shoulders as you do this. Let's find an inhale, open space, expanding through the chest and our gaze, our shoulders and our elbows. Exhale, back down, chin into chest, elbows forward and down. Inhale, let's take it back up. Finding the expansion through the upper body. Exhale. Last one, inhale, expansive breath. And exhale, chin into chest. From that chin into chest, relax the arms all the way down to the knees. Grab a hold of your knees here, relaxed elbows and shoulders. You're going to start to pull back through a cat posture, navel to spine, rounding the back, rounding the pelvis. And then let's gently rock forward. So the hips are rocking forward and even spilling out anteriorly. So bring the elbows in, inhale, expand for our cow pose, and then exhale, contract where we're rounding in that C curve with the spine, including the pelvis. Let's inhale, coming back into our cow with expansion. And exhale, back into cat with contraction. Inhale, expanding forward, lengthening through the spine, and exhale, contracting back. All right, let's find one more inhale, and one more exhale. Inhale, let's take it all the way up and over again. And exhale, let's bring it down, fingertips to shoulders. Relax the shoulders as the fingertips rest. You can keep the elbows extended. We're simply going to keep the feet grounded, so let's press down through the soles of the feet, activating our legs again. Keeping those active legs, strong abs, navel to spine. And let's find it first an exhale as we tilt into our lateral flexion. And an inhale as we stack back through the vertebrae and center. Exhale to the opposite side. Both glutes grounded, both feet grounded. Inhale, stacking. Exhale, hinging. Inhale, stacking. And we're keeping the vertebrae lengthened. We're just hinging from side to side. Inhale, let's take it back up. Pause there. Exhale and center. From that center, let's inhale to the side. Notice the difference in how it feels. Exhale, stacking center. Inhale to the other side. You could even soften the eyes or find that drishti point for your eyes so that you can move inward. And feeling into these different sensations, awareness of how we feel inside our body. And let's exhale, stacking joints again. Release the arms all the way down. As we release the arms, I'm gonna use a ball. You can use a ball, block, pillow, anything for stability of the legs that causes you to contract those inner thighs. And as I like to bring it about an inch above my knee so that there's no bone structure that is hurting me at all as I pinch or squeeze the ball. You could always use a yoga block at home. You could use a rolled up mat, a pillow, cushion, all that works. Let's go ahead and inhale, bring those arms all the way up. And this time, let's exhale, sweep them back as far as we can, back and down. We're gonna sweep them forward and up on an inhale. And exhale, stretching back and down. Inhale, sweeping forward and up. And exhale, back and down. One more time. Now you're gonna pause here. We're gonna do just the opposite. So it's an inhale, sweep back and up. And the exhale is forward and down. Inhale, back and up. And exhale, forward and down. Let's find one more here. Inhale. And exhale. Now, while we have stable legs, we're pressing down through the soles of the feet. Let's extend through Warrior Two. As we extend through Warrior Two, the palm that faces upward is the way we're going to reach. We're going to try and keep these arms parallel with the earth plane. So let's inhale to the side as if we're reaching for somebody to give us something. And then exhale, the palm flips down. Other side, palm up. Inhale, let's reach to that side. And exhale, palm down. We'll do this a few more times, flipping the palm, inhaling to the side, and exhaling, coming back to center. Inhale, and exhale. Let's do this one more time. And inhale. And exhale. Release the hands. Now the hands are beside us. Sweep those hands back. Maybe grab the bottom part of the chair, or maybe you can grab the sides and the back of the chair. Really depends on you where you're at. So my elbows are going to remain soft. My shoulders are already pulled back a little bit. My abs are engaged to keep me slightly forward and lifted up. I feel that my feet are even lifting up, so I'm going to try and press down again through the legs, contracting my leg muscles, pressing down into the soles of my feet. And then when I have this flat back, let's just pull the heart forward as if we're trying, so it may not be very far, but you're using the heart. Maybe the Drishti point is forward. You're drawing the heart forward, the gaze forward. You're pulling the abs in, and the abs are working with the back to pull forward. And then gently lift back up. Even if it's just an inch or two, you're back into lengthened spine, crown to root. The elbows are soft again. Let's pull forward, elbows lengthen, finding that gazing point where we're still lengthening through the neck, so maybe even dropping the chin and the gaze a little. Let's find one more deep breath here. And those legs are active, so I'm really feeling it in my legs right now. Let's go ahead and gently release that. Arms back to the side. Inhale, take it up. And exhale, palms together, hands to heart. Inhale, let's take it up. This time we're gonna rotate with cactus arms. So that just means I'm gonna rotate my body, hinge at the elbows, palms face away from me as I come to the side. And then let's inhale, sweep those arms all the way back up. Exhale, find the twist on the other side as you hinge the elbows, palms forward facing. And inhale, take it back up. Let's do this again. Exhale, twist. Inhale, taking it up. Exhale, twist. Inhale, take it up. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. And exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Let's exhale, release the arms all the way down and bring the hands together as we inhale through center to heart. Now from this position, we're gonna push heaven and earth away, which is just the ground and the ceiling. So you're gonna bring one hand gliding up, one hand gliding down. What's gonna happen is you want the palm to face the ceiling and the palm to face the floor. So the opposite arms, I'm having softness in the elbows right now and noticing my fingers are pointing inward towards my midline. So fingertips point towards the midline, the palm presses up, the palm presses down, and this is when you get the stretch where you're going opposite ways. And then you're going to relax through center, gliding the hands by through center, and the opposite's going to happen. So now the other arm is pressing down as the other palm presses up through the side body, and then we're going to take it gently through center. So don't forget that blocker ball between your legs. Don't let it drop as we concentrate on the arms stretching. So keeping the legs nice and firm, planted on the ground, even pressing through the legs as we move through the body here. We'll do this one more time on each side. Stretching opposite directions, coming through center, nice and gentle, and then stretching that opposite direction again. And let's move it back to center, hands to heart. As we move hands to heart, we're going to interlace those fingers. Pull forward, scoop through the abs. Let the shoulders pull forward too. Scoop the abs in, navel to spine. And then let's lengthen through the spine. Flip the palms as we soften those elbows. Inhale, reach it up. Palms are reaching up. This is when we have the abs nice and drawn in, feet pressing down. Let's see if we can bring the gaze up with this. Inhale, looking up. And exhale, back to neutral. Soften elbows. Closed hands, pulling forward, scooping through the abs, rounded back. Bring it back to length. Soften elbows. Palms come up. Squeeze all the way up. You can have the choice of looking up or neutral. And then soften back down. Hand package forward, scooping through the abs here, rounding the back, lengthen through the back. Hinge elbows, palms up, deciding where your gaze is, and softening again. This will be our last set. Drawing forward, rounding spine, softening elbows, lengthening through spine, and inhale, let's reach it all the way up. And let's exhale, soften and release down. Let's move that ball or block. All right, from that ball block, we're gonna move into the legs. So I'm gonna scoot just a little further back into my seat. I'm still not all the way back, but just so I have a little more leverage for my legs. Same stacked legs here. I'm gonna take one hand wrapping around my fingertips to that kneecap so I can bring it up a little bit. Now I'm sitting tall, my shoulders are relaxed. Let's go ahead and inhale and just open to the side. Pause there for a moment. Dorsiflex the foot, then point the toe down, and dorsiflex again, and then relax the foot. Bring it back in. 3 more. This time it's just an inhale out to the side and an exhale back to center. Inhale out to the side and exhale center. Last one. Inhale and exhale. Let's release that foot. Move back and forth on the glutes for a minute. Get grounded back in the feet here. And as we do, let's bring our fingertips to shoulders again. Just remember which leg we used, but fingertips to shoulders, elbows out. We're going to hinge not just the shoulder and the elbow down. So it's not a lateral flexion. We're pulling that armpit shoulder down towards the hip, and the hip is pulling up. So we have a squeeze in our obliques here. So we're squeezing the obliques and then releasing. So it's not side lateral flexion, it's a squeeze in the obliques. I'm trying to lift my hip towards the armpit, armpit pulling towards the hip. Coming back through center. You're feeling this in the side, squeezing as if we're doing ab crunches for the side abs here. Inhale, center. Exhale, squeeze, lifting that hip. I'm even pressing into the ground as if I'm lifting the hip. And then moving through center. Let's go ahead and squeeze, release. And this is our last one. Squeeze, release. From there, I'm gonna bring my hands all the way back down to the knees. Opposite knee, hopefully you remember which knee that was. We're gonna gently pick it up and bring it out to the side. Now my foot is relaxed. I'm hanging onto my knee. I'm gonna dorsiflex the foot, toes towards my shins, and then I'm gonna point the toes down. Let's dorsiflex again and point the toes down. Come back to dorsiflexion, but relax the foot. So allow it to be relaxed again. Let's exhale, bring it back to center. We have 3 more of just opening out. So it's an inhale, expand and open, and an exhale, bring it back. Inhale, opening out to the side, and exhale, bringing it back. Last one, inhale, open to the side, and exhale, bringing it back. All right, from there, just rock again, maybe gently left and right. We are gonna come all the way up out of the chair for those of us that wanna come up and out. Some of us can just stay down, but we're hinging forward. I have a hold of my chair here. I have that hip width distance apart because I wanna press into that chair and lift up enough that I can bring my hands to knees and gently maybe either glide or walk my hands up as I slowly come up into our standing position. Let's go ahead and inhale, bring it all the way up and over. And exhale, palms together, hands to heart. All right, we have options for our balance today. We're gonna do several balances. So you can use a chair, you can use a wall, or you can just be with me. So today, I'm gonna keep it low to the ground for our tree pose. This way I won't have to use those other objects. So first, finding that hip width distance apart all the way down to the feet. You want to soften the knees. So on this side, it looks like hip width distance apart, but my knees are soft, my hips are right above my knees, and we're gonna draw the abs in and let the tailbone be down. So from this point, let's bring hands to heart, maybe rolling the shoulders back here, lengthening through the crown of the head by dropping the chin just slightly. And from that position, let's take one heel and just guide it into the arch of the foot. Now that knee and toes is going to point off in that same direction out to the side. Your front knee and toes are going to point straight forward. So don't allow yourself necessarily to come to that side. You are coming straight forward with that forward leg. You're going to keep yourself forward, find that drishti point, and from that point, let's start to lift the heel. Let's take an inhale, lifting the heel, and an exhale, release it back down. So it's gonna do it again. Inhale, lifting the heel, and exhale, releasing it back down. So just finding our balance as we do this. Inhale, lift, and exhale, release. So this last one, we're gonna inhale, lift. You can either keep it here, I'm on the ball of my foot and my toes, or you could take the heel and rest it right above that ankle joint. So right above the bony part of your ankle. Now my ball of foot and toes are still down, but if you want more challenge in your tree pose, you're just gonna come to the tippy toe. That way you have barely any weight on that side. We are gonna keep it low today with our balance. So any of those choices are fine up to this point. Now let's just take one more breath. Feeling balanced there, we're now gonna move into the arms. So let's start to open wide if we can, keeping that drishti point of focus to help us balance as we open wide, spreading through the palms, spreading through the fingers, and even reaching up. Now, if you feel that rib cage edges again flare out, you're drawing in towards the navel, hip points drawing in towards the navel. Let's find one more breath here. And exhale, soften, hands to heart, and let's release that leg. Walk it out for a moment, because I know we were on one leg for quite a bit, so a lot of foot ankle. So why we're hip width distance apart here? Let's bring it to mountain pose. Palms forward, thumbs out. Let's keep those knees soft, tailbone pointing down. We have our posture, our shoulders roll back, heart is lifted, dipping the chin just a little. Now with this, we're gonna close the eyes if it's okay for you. If it's not okay and you lose your balance, then keep your eyes open on a drishti point. But here we're just gonna gently keep those knees soft and you're only moving the hips side to side. So you're in this mountain pose, but the hips are just moving side to side here. And why I close the eyes is to kind of get more into the intuitive balance of my body. What it feels like from the inside to balance, while I'm hugging my muscles to my bones in some places and then releasing in other places. So you're just feeling into the body as you move hips left and right. Take a nice deep breath here. And let's start to find center. So as we find center, you could open the eyes for a moment. Maybe lift all 10 toes while we're in mountain pose. So all 10 toes are lifting. My balls on my feet and heels are nice and grounded. Let's go ahead and release all 10 toes back down. Now I'm gonna move gently forward and back. So my hips are gonna hinge just a little. My knees stay soft the entire time, but I'm moving forward to my toes and back to my heels. It's okay if your toes lift a little as you move back, and it's okay if your heels lift a little. But you decide how much motion as you move forward and back, whether you're lifting anything at all or just moving that motion forward and back and feeling into the weight, what it feels like to draw it forward, the muscles that activate that draw it back, and just having that softness both in the hip joints as well as the knee joints. Coming back to breath as we rock gently forward and back. And it's okay if the arms move opposite to help you balance. That is what we're looking for, is that awareness of what is going on in our body as we try and do this. And then let's reopen the eyes as we come back to center. From there, sweep the hands back to the heart. Relax the shoulders, relax the elbows, finding that posture again as we take it to the opposite side now. So my heel comes right into the arch or right up to the arch of my other foot so that my knee and toes point out to the side as the other one points straight forward. Now from there, as we have softness in the knees, hips pointed forward, we can pause there, find that Drishti point of focus, helping us balance. You can start to lift the heel. We're just lifting up to the ball of the foot and toes. And then let's exhale, release down. Inhale, lifting it up. And exhale, release. Finding balance as we move. Inhale, lifting up. Exhaling, releasing. Last one, inhale, lifting up. And exhale, release. Now, if that was mostly comfortable for you, let's go ahead and come up to the heel lifted position. You can always stay here for the rest. If you want to challenge maybe a little bit more, try something new, try a heel, maybe right above that ankle joint, that bony part. Resting the heel above the bony part, keeping the toes and the ball of the foot on the ground. Now, if you feel like, hey, I would love some more challenge today, you could bring it up to the tippy toe. So there's no pressure on those toes, just barely any pressure. The heel is still resting on my leg, but majority of the weight now has shifted to this lengthening leg. And remember, that lengthening leg still has a softness in the knee so that we're using all our leg muscles to lengthen here. Now, once we found our position, finding that Drishti point again, staying focused with the breath. When you're ready, start to open up the arms, open up the hands. Palms are going to be wide, fingers are going to be wide, and you're stretching up towards the sky here. So you're lifting from the waist up. You feel the pelvis grounding from the pelvis down into the feet. So that stretching and lengthening is happening in our midsection as we draw the navel in and lengthen all the way through the back. Let's go ahead and exhale, softening back down to the heart space and releasing that leg. Again, walking it out. We've been on there for a minute. So just walk it out here. And maybe while we walk it out, if you want to use the chair, we're going to come into a downward facing dog and just allow our back and our hips to lengthen. So I like to use a chair or a wall, walking back, baby steps back. Remember, softness in the knees here, toes pointing forward, hip width distance apart, and the hip crease, you want to hinge and pull back as if you're sending the tailbone back here. As you have the arms here, you're gently bringing the head between the arms, but my ears line up with that upper bicep muscle, and I'm dropping the chin towards my neck space to lengthen through the neck. I'm pulling back now as I draw the abs in, pulling back through the tailbone. Really reaching my glutes back more than anything so that I can feel the space right here in my low back starting to lengthen as I draw those abs in. One more breath here. And let's soften, we're simply gonna walk back forward towards that chair. All right, from there, we're gonna take it to one more balance pose. Again, you're always welcome to use chairs, walls, tables, whatever is best. I am trying to keep it low today so that we don't have to use maybe all those obstacles or things. So let's go ahead and inhale, palms up. We're gonna do our fallen star. So this is 2 points here, or actually my third point. 3 points here, so it's a 5-pointed star. We're gonna go ahead and soften one knee, bring the weight to that side, and I'm gonna pull up my heel and just let my toe be the balancing point. So right now, everything is face forward, but I'm lengthening out through my legs, through my arms, and through opposite ends of my torso as well. So I feel a long stretching sensation as well as balance. You're finding that Drishti point. You choose if you want to bring up the foot. Maybe you just dorsiflex the foot here so that you're lifted up off the ground. Let's find just one more breath. And exhale, we're going to soften and release that. Now, as we soften and release that, I am going to use the chair or the wall. We are going to come into a couple of chair poses. Actually 4, not a couple. So what we have in front, we have hip width distance apart. You're going to exhale. Notice my knees are not surpassing my toes. My back is flat and I'm sending my hip creases and my glutes back. From there, let's go ahead and inhale, bring it back up. And you're gonna keep a softness in your knees. So we're not gonna lengthen out our knees like this. We're keeping softness in the knees. Exhale, draw the glutes back, hands on that chair, hip creases back, soft knees. Knees aren't surpassing toes. I can stick probably about 1.5 fists between my knees. Let's go ahead and inhale. You're lengthening back through the body and the knees stay soft. Exhale, let's take it back and down into our chair pose again. And inhale, take it back up. Remember, those knees are staying soft, really working our legs. Exhale, take it back and down. This is our last one. And inhale, bringing it back up. From there, we're gonna come back out forward. We're coming back to that star pose on the opposite side. So take a breath, maybe ground through the feet, relax the upper torso, because we're starting again as we bring it back up, wide arms. Lengthening through, soften the opposite knee, and just start to pick up the heel. Maybe the toe just stays on the ground for you today. So this is our fallen star. Toe can stay on the ground. You can keep it right here, finding that Drishti point, or you can dorsiflex the foot, which brings it up off the floor, and then you're completely balancing on that one leg. You decide it's okay to keep those toes down. And we're gonna find one more breath. And let's exhale, soften and release. All right, from there, we're gonna take it back to the chair. So let's come back to the chair. As we come back to the chair, I'm coming forward again. I wanna bring my knees towards my chest, not both of them at the same time. If this seems nearly impossible to you, then grab a belt or towel or tie, because you don't have to bring that knee all the way in. You just want to feel the compression here in the front of the body from that leg. So if it's really difficult, let's take a belt or towel or tie and just bring it underneath that kneecap. You're still sitting tall. You're looking to pull those elbows in and just bring the knee as close as you can to the chest, to the torso. And then we're just going to inhale and lengthen back out. Exhale, knee towards your chest or torso, and inhale out. Now we're gonna do the opposite. So usually it's an inhale out, so let's exhale here. It's gonna be a little bit difficult, more difficult. Let's inhale and bring it in. And exhale, release. Last one to do it like that. Inhale, bring it in. And exhale, release. So from there, we're just gonna bring it to the opposite side. I'm using a belt. You don't have to, you could always use interlace fingers around that knee. I'm just showing that version that if it's difficult to do that, you're picking it up with that belt. Tucked under the knee, pull those elbows in again, sit nice and tall. Let's start off with an inhale this time, knee to chest. And the exhale, releasing. One more time this way, inhale. And exhale, release. Now pause there. Let's find an inhale. And exhale, bring it in. Feels a little better to exhale on this one. Let's inhale, release. And exhale again, bring it in just as tight as we can. And inhale, releasing that. From that releasing, let's go ahead and move that belt. As we move the belt, I'm still slightly forward. I like being stable here. So grounded feet, hands on knees. Let's go ahead and have a flat back. So from tail to crown again, completely flat, pulling those elbows in. I'm gonna hinge forward, keeping that flat back. Pause there. Hopefully you feel this in your low back. And then you're gonna inhale, lift back up, but hang on to those knees, which doesn't let you come all the way back up, but pull like you are coming all the way back up. Let the shoulders roll forward and look over one side so that we're stretching through the neck. Let's exhale, forward hinge. Keep a hold of those kneecaps. Inhale, lengthen back up. Let the shoulders come forward as you look over the opposite shoulder. Exhale. We're going to do this one more time on each side like this. Inhale takes us up, looking over the shoulder. Exhale, forward and down. Inhale, taking it up, looking over the opposite shoulder. Let's go ahead and inhale this time, forward and down. A little bit different, and then exhale, twist and look over the shoulder. Inhaling forward and down. And exhaling, twisting, looking over the shoulder. We'll do this pattern one more time on each side. Inhale, forward. Exhale, you're gonna look over the shoulder. Inhale, forward. And exhale over that opposite shoulder. Inhaling forward. And exhale, lift all the way back up. Let's reach through the fingers, through the arms. Now we're gonna lift a little bit into the legs. So as we exhale, if we can, your bent knee, you're just trying to tap the fingers under that leg if it's possible. If not, no worries, you can always just tap the leg. So exhale, trying to tap under the opposite leg. Inhale, taking it up. So we're engaging a little bit into our abs here. And it's okay if you just lift a knee and maybe you just touch the leg here because that leg may not come up as far. Inhale, lifting. So there's lots of options here. The exhale, touching the fingertips or the leg. Inhale, we'll do this a couple more times. Exhale, inhale, and exhale, inhale. Last set, exhale, inhale, and exhale. Now, inhale, let's take it all the way up, but as we exhale, we're gonna release again. You choose. It's either lacing those fingers underneath the legs, we're gonna do extensions, or again, coming back to that belt, towel, or tie also works. So if you do happen to have it, I'm moving to where it's doubled, so it's shorter. I'm gonna bring it around my hand so I'm not really squeezing so hard. So sitting tall, you pick the leg, you're lifting up, pull those elbows in. I like my fists to be upward facing. And I'm just gonna keep it there, but I'm gonna inhale, dorsiflex the foot, extend as best as I can. The exhale, I'm gonna bring it in, even if it tucks under the chair a little bit. So I'm really using my leg. Inhale, extend out, and exhale, bring it in. We're only gonna do this 2 more times. Inhale out, and exhale back. Last one. And exhale, bring it back. Let's go ahead and release that. And again, you can interlace under the leg, or you can do what I'm doing, which is just simply using a prop to help lift that leg. So again, I'm sitting nice and tall, my elbows are pulled in, my palms are upward facing, that makes it easier. Let's dorsiflex the foot, inhale, lengthen through the leg, and exhale, bend the knee, and even bring that heel under the chair a little. Let's inhale, lengthen back out, and exhale, heel almost towards the glute. Inhale out. And exhale, bringing it back in, using those leg muscles. And last time, inhale out. And exhale, bring it back. Let's go ahead and release that. As we release that, we're gonna come into our forward folds. So getting nice and grounded here, hip width distance apart. We feel comfortable. Let's inhale, stretch up through the body. And exhale, you're just finding yourself over your lap, relaxing. Then bring it up into a half back, whether hands are on the knees or on the shins. And then exhale, bringing it all the way back up. Let's go ahead and inhale, bring it up and over. And exhale, forward fold. Let's draw the hands above the knees, pull the elbows in. Inhale, half back. So whatever it feels like to lengthen the back, you're still going to be hinged forward slightly. Exhale, you're just going to round now through the back, pulling those elbows in, releasing through the head, the shoulders, and the back. And then inhale, keeping those elbows in, lengthening back through the spine, maybe even bringing the gaze slightly forward. Let's exhale, round over the lap again. And inhale, press into the above the knees, legs, and lengthen back into our half back. From there, we're still in half back. Let's draw the navel in and protect the low back as we extend through arms and warrior two. From warrior two, let's rotate palms forward. Still pressing down through the soles of the feet here. We're going to rotate those palms upward facing, letting the shoulders roll back. And then we're going to rotate the palms forward again, and then down towards the floor. And let's rotate towards the back wall where we feel the shoulders now rotate forward. Strong abs still. As we rotate back down towards the floor and rotate forward, hinge the elbows. From elbows here, exhale, bring the elbows, palms together, squeeze the elbows. Now from here, we're still hinged forward. Let's lift up into our seat where we're sitting now tall and lift those elbows up off the chest if we can. Let's then open back up, stretching, expanding back. We're in a tall sitting now. And let's bring the palms together, zip down, forearms and elbows, and lifting up off the chest. Let's inhale, take it back open, and exhale, slowly release back down as we're opening and releasing all the way down. All right, let's move into Shavasana pose. We are ready to relax here, whether it's in our chair or on an easy chair or couch, possibly on the floor for some of us, or in our bed. So allow yourself to get ready. All right. Hopefully finding our relaxation space. As we are going to come into a little bit of yoga nidra here, a little bit of meditation, relaxation. So just allow yourself to find your seat or your back relaxing into an easy chair, a couch, maybe even a bed, anything that feels comfortable for you. If you happen to be in a chair with me like I am, you're going to relax into the chair. Let the shoulder blades be held by your chair. Let the back be held. And then scoot down a little bit so that you're just relaxing the pelvis. You want the knees to be soft. You want the feet to be open. So whatever that feels like or looks like for you, just more of an openness. And when I am sitting up, I like to use my palms facing up, just resting on my lap here. This tells all parts of my body I am ready to receive when I'm open like this. So then also what you're going to want to do is tilt the chin just slightly down towards your neck space, maybe towards the chest space, so that you feel lengthening in the back of the neck, Even those of us that are laying back, if you are laying back, maybe you bring that chin down towards the throat a little bit to feel the length in the back of the neck. You're looking to relax the back of the head. You're looking to relax here. So if we are sitting up in a chair, the chin is tilted forward down to enable you to relax in the mind and in the neck space. Let's start off with softening the eyes here and breathing in and out of the nose. Coming back to the breath as we breathe in and out of the nose. Noticing where the breath moves, following the breath into the body. Awareness of the breath. Awareness of the breath pathway as it moves through the nostrils, expanding into the mind, the frontal lobe that reaches back into our pineal gland. The crown of the head relaxes, the back of the head, the sides of the head, our facial muscles release, and our jaw relaxes. Noticing that relaxation as we continue to move down through the throat space. Still noticing and having awareness on the breath that is moving through all these spaces and relaxing you with the breath. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose, softening the clavicles, the shoulders, the back of the body, the backs of the arms relax, the backs of the legs relax, and just releasing. Now coming back to the breath. As you expand and release this breath, you're noticing how far you can expand this breath. You can expand into the chest and shoulders, through the arms and fingertips. Can we expand into the rib cage, the midsection? And with each inhale that we're taking, we're looking to expand just a little bit more. So once we've expanded into the upper torso, we're starting to expand into the midsection. We're looking for the breath to come all the way through the torso, expanding into the pelvis. And each exhale, it's a gentle relaxation, a gentle release. As we expand into the pelvis now, we're releasing through the legs, seeing if we can bring the breath all the way down through the legs, expanding as we inhale and relaxing as we exhale. Let's move into our 4-6 breath here. Inhaling for 4 and exhaling for 6. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. Let's inhale to the top, to the crown. Simultaneously, let's squeeze the inward muscles like a straw through the center of the body, starting at the base of the spine as you bring that pressure up through the body to the crown of the head, holding this breath for just a moment. And when you're ready, exhale through the mouth, letting that breath go and letting the body relax now. And as we relax in this position, Releasing, coming back to our silent mantra, our Sankalpa. I anchor into my breath, creating calmness and peace. I anchor into my breath, creating calmness and peace. I anchor into my breath, creating calmness and peace. Noticing the calmness that moves through the body, the peace and the relaxation as you sink deeper into the support beneath or behind you. Allowing yourself to sink into that support. Allowing yourself to feel relaxed. Starting at the back side of the body. Let's breathe through the back side of the body, relaxing and sinking. Each breath relaxing the back of the body. And now noticing the expansion in the front of the body. Expanding and releasing in the front of the body. Relaxing front of the body, back of the body, as we come all the way down to our toes, our feet. Relaxing feet and toes as we feel connected here, connected to our feet, awareness at our feet. Relaxing through both ankles, releasing through the lower legs, and a softening of the knees. Remaining connected here as we relax the upper legs. Both hips relax. As you make your way from the sides of the hips, the iliac crest moving forward to the pubis bone, relaxing. As we bring it down to the tailbone, releasing. Relaxing the tailbone to the sacrum, all the way back to the low back. Take a moment to relax the entire pelvis. Below the navel relaxes. The breath still easily flows through your torso as you start to feel the expand and release of the navel. The inhale that draws the belly open, and the exhale that sinks us back down into the back, relaxing the mid-back. Each breath releasing tension within the belly, within the pelvis, within the legs. As we continue to expand and rise with this energy, we're moving into the rib cage, the back of the body between the shoulder blades, allowing the rib cage to relax, the mid-back and upper back releasing, and now into the shoulder blades that are relaxing. As we start to bring the breath back through the center of the chest, allowing the nice rise and fall of the chest as you relax, feeling as if the chest expands out 360 degrees and then relaxes back in. Allowing this breath to flow upward through the spine to the base of the neck, to the clavicles. The shoulders relax, the arms release all the way down through the fingertips, relaxing all 10 fingers, connecting to the hands as we soften through the wrists, both forearms relaxing, elbows releasing, softening through the upper arms, connecting to the shoulders, to the base of the neck, to the clavicles. And now as we pause here, we're feeling the breath expand and release through the neck space. We feel the back of the neck relax, the sides of the neck release, the front of the neck relaxing, allowing the jaw to release, the back of the head to relax, the sides of the head, the crown of the head. And now all the muscles of the face release, softening the jaw, relaxing the eyes as we find the space between the brows and above the bridge of the nose. Let's bring our breath moving through this space. As we inhale, that breath moves through that third eye space, deep into the center of the mind, and expands out, clearing the mind, and relaxing the mind as you exhale. Continuing to breathe here, feeling that space open and release. Opening and relaxing. Now allow yourself to feel lighter. Allow the body to feel light, as if you're floating on puffy white clouds. The lightness of the clouds, the lightness of your body floating. And then allow the clouds, the body to sink, finding a bit of heaviness. And this heaviness sinks us back down to the earth plane, relaxing us deeply, softening the body as it sinks back down into the earth. Feeling cradled by Mother Earth. And as you relax here, back to the breath that flows through the body, allowing this breath to expand to the outer edges of the body, and then releasing, dissolving back into center. Each inhale expands to the periphery of our body edges, and the exhale sinks us back down into center. Another few breaths of inhaling, feeling this expansion all the way to the periphery edges of our body. And the exhale, we feel a gentle softening and relaxation. And now bringing to mind our Sankalpa once again. I anchor into my breath, creating calmness and peace. I anchor into my breath, creating calmness and peace. I anchor into my breath, creating calmness and peace. Now, as we anchor into the breath, notice your relaxation. Notice the body relaxed. Notice the mind at peace and the calm you feel throughout the body. Allow this peace and calmness to expand from the mind through the body, reaching through the fingertips, reaching through the toes and legs. As you start to feel this energy reaching through the fingertips, we're starting to move the fingers, reaching through the legs as we move the toes and feet, and even reaching through the crown of the head as we might move our head and neck. So as we find little bits of movement here, we're slowly reawakening with our eyes closed a little bit longer. You're taking deeper breaths, and when you're ready with all that movement, you can take that stretch overhead, lengthening through the body. And once you've lengthened through the body, bring it all back together. If you happen to be in a position to bring knees back into chest, bring your knees back into the chest, squeeze. If not, maybe you squeeze your shoulders. You're still rounding and squeezing inward. And then if you're on the ground in that position, you can rock side to side as you find one side or the other in fetal position. And then taking a breath, you're opening the eyes here and then planting the hands as you press your way back up into our sitting position. Yoga Nidra is complete. Thank you. Om Shanti Shanti. Thank you, Kathy, Jerry. Thank you, Carrie. Thank you, Richard and Connie, for joining us today. And hello, Kathy Mansour, if I said that right, I hope. And Aaron Childers, nice to see you. I hope you guys have a wonderful Wednesday. Drink plenty of water. It's warm outside. So enjoy, be safe, have fun until we see you next week.